What the hell? The hell is that? It's a bird. It's a plane. It's a little kid. What the hell? How did? Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. The Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit drops today. The demo that bridges the gap between Life is Strange 1 and 2 from DONTNOD Entertainment. Duh. No one else sees this little kid flying in the air doing crazy, weird superhero stuff. But while I watch him fly in the air, you guys can watch this review, breakdown, and thoughts of Captain Spirit while I watch him do whatever the hell he's gonna do. Kill the music! What's going on, everybody? DemiGodReviews here. Today I'm reviewing, breaking down, and sharing my thoughts on the Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit. Taking place in between the gap of Life is Strange 1 and Life is Strange 2, which is due in September, Captain Spirit puts you in the hands of a new young protagonist named Chris, who has a secret identity called Captain Spirit. Using his imagination around him to escape the boredom and alcoholic father around him, Chris, or Captain Spirit, innovatively uses his brain to create new adventures, slay evil monsters around him, and be the true hero that the world needs in Captain Spirit. And now for the review. My first thought is that the updated engine and graphics feel like a breath of fresh air. The new engine has the lip syncing on point, and there isn't any weird and awkward movement as it was in the first Life is Strange and Before the Storm. My second pro is that the updated inventory system and things feel so much better to do. It also feels organized, neater, and just a great reminder system also. My third pro is that even after the demo was done and me not finding much else to do as I was stuck and couldn't find everything, there was still much more to do after the demo ended. It lets you continue and pick up everything you left off on and changes up how everything went also. My last pro is that the new dialogue features are awesome too. Every Life is Strange game so far has a different style of what to do, whether it's the original, Before the Storm, or Captain Spirit. It's also a great reminder separation technique also. My first con is that the way to unlock the cell phone is damn near impossible without looking it up. The numbers you have to guess don't correlate with anything in the game at all. It's a very odd thing that we have to do to find this in the game. My second and last con is that if you don't hound everything down, and I mean everything, the game can turn pretty boring as you'll get lost extremely quickly. Everything doesn't sit in front of you to tell you where it's set. While this doesn't bother me, I can see how this will be a con and can be a con for some. But all in all, Captain Spirit does a great job even for a demo with the brand new engine and attention to detail. The updated inventory system and detailing does it well also. Still having much more to do even when the demo does finish up, and just the new chat dialogue features are wonderful. However, Captain Spirit does have an issue or two as the cell phone unlock code doesn't correlate with anything in the game at all, and it can be really boring if you get lost. But with that being said, I'll be giving the Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit for Xbox One, PS4, and PC a 4 out of 5.
Of course. We didn't hear a noise.
Are you sure?
And now for the thoughts and breakdown of the Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit, featuring me on the actual camera. Check it out. What is going on, everybody? DemiGodReviews here. Now it's time for the talk. It's time for the breakdown and thoughts about Captain Spirit, or well, the Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit. And I gotta be honest with you guys, I really didn't know what to expect forthcoming from this game, because if you ever noticed, each individual game had their own stylings. Life is Strange had Max and Chloe, the bond, the partnership, but you played as Max, who was the photographer, rewinding time, so on and so forth. Before the Storm had Chloe, the bond between Chloe and Rachel, the fire that was in Rachel and what she could cause with her supernatural powers, and you had Chloe, who had a smart-ass mouth, and that was like one of the bases and general feelings for that game. Well, with Captain Spirit, it was much more of a different styling, a different push, really, just because Captain Spirit stars Chris. Chris is a little kid, his imagination is wild, he wants to be a superhero, he plays with toys still, and he's growing into like this nature of like slowly becoming an adult, and he really wants to replicate these powers he has. Now, during the game, you kind of notice that Chris wants to be more so Captain Spirit rather than actually be Chris. When he's Chris, he's kind of in this reality of this world to where, hey, I gotta live this life with my father, who's kind of alcoholic and abusive trash, compared to when he's Captain Spirit and he's fighting the Mandroid and taking out all the rest of the villainous enemies that he fights, which are his toys. You know, playing around, fighting the Snowmancer, fighting all these enemies, finding secret treasure, doing things that kids normally do. When it's a close connection, a close bond, and still a huge difference for when you're playing the two, and you get to actually see that in the game. When you're playing as Chris, you see how your father treats you and how he's trash at one point, but still wants to try to be a good father, but will still take his anger out on you once he's getting on that drink. But when you're playing as Captain Spirit, you get to escape the world and you get to do cool things in your mental, but you're still in reality, but you're living everything out in this dream world that you're in. I can't lie, Captain Spirit has an amazing engine. The game feels great. I love the new controls, new mechanics, how everything has like a super hero like element to it. Like oh, I can throw away these beer cans, or I can just dunk them in the trash, you know? Really cool, and I'm really enjoying the stylings of it. Now, they made a couple of references to like his wife and Chris's mom in the game. So I'm very really interested in how all this is going to tie in. Because when I first was reading it up on IGN and GameSpot and other news media sites, I was hearing that it was some Blackwell references in the game. And yes, Principal Wells is actually like referenced in the game also. So I was kind of like, how is this going to be done? Because they said this is 3 years after Life is Strange, the first game. So I'm wondering how is this going to be done exactly. And I actually got my point. I actually got my question across, because they do show you little peeks and snippets of the game inside and what's going on currently. So, I gotta say, this game first was confusing to me because I had so many questions. But as it gets laid out and pushed and shown what to do in this manner, and I'm just like, yo, I can't wait. I really want to talk about it without spoiling it, like without trying to spoil it for you guys. But you can watch the stream and get spoiled there. But for those who haven't played it yet, I don't want to spoil it. All the answers, clues, think pieces, crazy theories that you may have, that you may think may be there for this game, right out the window. Because I had a lot of things, a lot of insights, a lot of plots, a lot of moments who I was trying to connect it with. I was trying to put it on par with Kate, Max, anybody who really survived during the first Life is Strange game. But none of that is there. None of it. The mom gets revealed, but it's not who you're expecting because you haven't heard of this person. Because I had to do some digging, some research, and this person wasn't there during the first Life is Strange game. She's much more older. She's like the father is much more older. So if what you're thinking is what you're thinking, no. That's the thing I'll give you guys an insight of. That's not what it is. But genuinely, this game is good. I see the bridge. I see the plot. Because the ending shows off a lot. Like, if you play it all the way through to the ending of the demo, it just, the plot line gets very much more unique. So one thing I'm kind of hoping for is that we don't play for is that when Life is Strange 2 finally gets here and fully gets here, is that Chris isn't as young as we play him. While I enjoyed playing Chris at like this young age, and it was cool to see like how he reacted as a young child to certain things, it kind of rubs off in a way like, okay, cool, but now I need some character development. I need him to get older a little bit. While playing as a young character is fine, it's just certain things are restricted, and like the game is only gonna push you to it's only gonna push you to do certain things in a young mindset. While it's cool at first, it gets really old really quickly for like young characters. So what I'm hoping for is that Chris gets pushed to this age of character development where like he gets developed to a point where it's great and he's greatly written, at least a teenager, maybe 16, maybe 17, and we see like how it's going to improvise, or him as a young child and then somewhere to develop the senses and do a bit more better growing up. Yeah, like I was saying, I definitely would like to see Chris at a much like older age, because the way the game sets it up, if he stays in the age that he's in now, while there's character development to be there and like learning and growth and like that, I still kind of like to see it boosted up to a little bit more, like maybe 12, 13, 14-ish, really getting out of school, going into high school, that transition to where things are starting to become awkward and he's really learning about his life. But yeah, like the Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit really sets it up, really lays out the groundwork for an incredible season of Life is Strange, and I'm really anticipating, because the demo is just a huge tease. There's much more to be like said in the actual final product. I can legitimately say, yes, I was pleased, I was impressed. This game actually has me really waiting, and I probably like will buy Before the Storm for PlayStation or something, and probably replay it twice, once on Xbox again, and playing it on PlayStation one more time, because I am really thoroughly, verily impressed by what's sitting in front of me. But that is all, folks. I thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you guys for checking out the content. I thank you guys for watching, writing, listening, and doing whatever the case may be, and hearing me talk about the awesome adventures of Captain Spirit and the Life is Strange fanboy that I am. Go check out the previous reviews on State of Decay, God of War, H1Z1, Sea of Thieves. Go check out the E3 reviews. Go check out my E3 Diverse Enough video, where I talk about diversity in the female protagonist characters that we are seeing in front of us. And go check out my video on Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Go check out my other video on Anthem and whether to play the long-term game, and my concerns about Fortnite and the crossplay between Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo. Reviews coming up this week between Yakuza 6 and Detroit. I have the backlog review coming up and the catch-up review coming up soon, so stay tuned for that. Also, go follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. Links to those in the description box below. You can go check those out. Follow me on Twitch, where I can get the growth up and becoming soon close to affiliation, so help me out there. And that is it, folks. Until next time, until the next video. Well, tune in, turn up, and throw down. It's looking like a GG, and I'm out.